Welcome to the Thoughtcast, a powerful magic podcast. I'm your host, Ian.
And I'm your host, Lewis.
There's been a little bit of a magic discussion recently about the most important things in your deck.
Fun fact, this discussion has happened since the dawn of Magic the Gathering, baby.
Yep.
It is
lands! And how many you should be running, how many of each kind you should be running, what colors you should be running.
I'm going to spoil something right now for the entirety of this episode. This is where the most important information comes from. It fucking depends.
Exactly.
There's no one answer, and there never has been, and there never will be, okay? Somebody's like in draft, they're like, always play 17 lands. One, no. Second, you could, depending on the deck. If you're more of a controlling deck that wants to hit about 9 lands a game, yeah, you can play 17.
Sometimes you just need 15.
Sometimes you only need 14. Like, it depends on the deck, like, genuinely.
Sometimes you just need 1, because your curve starts and ends at 1.
Sometimes your curve, like, ends at 3. Like, the most expensive card is 3, you only need 14 lands. Like, genuinely. Okay? If you're not spending more. I've done it before and it works.
Yeah, I know, but I would be a little more apprehensive. I'd probably go up to 15 just to make sure.
If you had, like, some activated abilities that cost 4 or 5. Yeah, absolutely. So, genuinely, let's start by format. I think that's the best way we should start. So we just talked about limited. That one's the most like ambiguous. Like it literally just depends on your archetype and cost of cards. Okay.
It's called the website that you use for your limited resources is called 17 Lands for a reason. I usually run 16.
On average, run 16. Yeah. I don't usually go above that because there's not usually a reason, in my opinion, right? Like even if you're playing hard control with 3 8-drops in your deck.
And if you're a landfall deck, that means you might go up to 18 depending on how. No,
I just draft more of the like evolving wilds, like that is good. So the limited environment is actually the most self-explanatory. It's usually 17 or 16. Yeah. Like I've only drafted a deck once where I wanted 18 lands, and it's because I didn't have enough playables. Like I would rather have just drawn a basic land in that deck.
Go 4 colors, or do I just put another land?
Exactly right. And the answer was put another land in my deck. Right. You usually don't want 18 lands in your deck because then that means something went really wrong. Okay, and you can in like a deck if you have like 3, 9, or 10 drops in your deck, then like it kind of makes sense. They better be fucking good. They better be Eldrazi level threats. Okay, but then there's like so many edge cases where you want to play less than 16. Yeah,
if you're running an aggro deck, like you said, where your curve ends at 3.
Like I remember in All Will Be One, the format of All Will Be One, I was always drafting no removal creature or aggro decks with like the equipment and stuff like that. Yeah. You needed to draw 3 lands in a game and you won. So like it was pretty self-explanatory. You didn't really need to go above that. So I played like 14 to 15 lands per deck. But I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Let's go to something a little harder, which is constructed, where the discussion usually leads to. Why not start with the most popular format, Standard? No, I'm kidding. Commander.
Commander, yeah. So like, I the one thing I hear the most is 32 lands.
Wrong.
Really?
Wrong.
Like, is that not what you hear the most?
No, I hear that the most. I think it's wrong.
Yeah. So if you're a landfall deck, you're probably going to want like a good chunk more than that.
Okay, let's just start with the basic where I start when building a deck of land count. Okay, this is where I start, base level, then we go up or down depending on what the deck is. Give me, what do you think my number is?
I think you're a solid 30.
Yeah, I started at 29 or 30.
That's crazy.
Yeah, do you know why? There's a free mulligan in this format! Dude, 6 cards is not that few. You start with a draw and you have a free mulligan. It makes the mulligans a little harder and a little more strenuous, but you know what you hate to draw on turn 7? A fucking basic mountain, okay? Yeah. I don't want to be drawing that, okay? So if you can mitigate that ability in a game where every draw matters the most because you have 3 opponents, playing 34 lands, which is the normal that people say should be, like Commander content creators are like 34. And I'm like, no, dude, no. Really? Absolutely not. There's too many. If you're playing Landfall, then I'm going up to 40. Yeah. You know, like I'm playing like 40 lands in a deck. Oh, yeah. Because then I need that engine.
You want those triggers, and most of them are either fetches or like basics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terramorphic Expanse. You'd play those in Landfalls just for the triggers.
Expanse, dude. Actually, you play Terramorphic Expanse before you play Evolving Wilds because it's cooler.
It's been printed just
What's your favorite Evolving Wilds art? Do you know off the top of your head? Putting them right on the spot. We did not organize this. M21?
M21 is
Origins
pretty
is my
good.
favorite. The
Really?
fucking, like, they have, like, spines coming through the trees. It's really fucking cool. It looks like they're being pulled apart. I don't know.
There's a Magic M whatever that has.
I'm a snob, so I know what mine is off the top of my head. I just love the
freaking
Origins one because it's what I grew up playing, and it has, like, these trees that are coming apart into metal strands. It's really fucking cool. When it comes to, like, decks, I've played decks with 25 or less lands in them.
Yeah.
They're CDH decks.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh
I'm playing Mox Diamond, Mox, Chrome Mox, I'm playing Opal, I'm playing 15 Mana Rocks. Like, genuinely, the reason, again, you can play 30 to 29 to sometimes 28 lands in a deck, don't tell them I do this in my current Commander deck, because you play so many Mana Rocks.
Yeah.
Again, it makes mulliganing harder, I understand. You have a free mulligan! People forget that, okay? In multiplayer, a free mulligan's huge! That's so many cards! You get to look at 14 before you get, like, a downside.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. I am actually a 35.
You're listening to me? Are you listening to me or not?
I'm listening to you, but you're crazy. I'm a 35 lands kind of guy.
Okay.
And that is including MDFCs.
No, MDFCs don't count in the land count for me. They count as a spell count. Like I understand, right? But I don't count them as part of the land.
I'm not putting an MDFC in my deck
because it's real. No, I understand that.
But if it's a
Witch Enchanter is just a good card.
It is just a good card. Oh my god. But like an MDFC is taking up a land spot in place of me replacing it with another spell.
Like instead of a basic. I understand. Yeah. No. Okay, so let me get something straight. I'm not counting those in my land count when I say like 29 or 30.
Really?
Right, yeah. I'm playing MDFCs in most of my decks because...
I count those as lands because sometimes they need to be the land.
I think that's the misconception. No, usually they're a land. That's the thing. Usually those cards are lands, but that's not part of, like, in the actual makeup of your deck, that's not going to be in the land section because their front face is not a land. That's why I don't count them as a land. Do you know what I mean? When I say how many cards am I playing in my deck that are only lands, my favorite subscription service, only lands, is when they show up on the slot in a deck building like website.
I count MDFCs because they let you kind of finagle it, especially if you're running the bounces.
That means that so when I say land count, that's what I'm not talking about.
I'm including those in my land count.
I'm glad we're differentiating. Okay. Because then you're playing what, like 3 in a deck on average?
I'm playing like 3 to 4 actually.
3 to 4. Okay.
Yeah.
That means your land count's closer to mine than you think.
It is. But I count them as like they are a dedicated land first. So then, like I put them in the land sleeve.
Just to be clear then, so we're not being like confusing, let's just do it, I hate to say do it my way because it's better. No, just do it like say how many cards you're playing that are lands instead of like, oh, but I'm also playing all these other things that are
32,
lands.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
32 if we're doing like only lands,
my favorite subscription service.
Shut up. If we're doing only lands, I'm doing 32.
Right, exactly. Maybe 31 to 30, right?
Actually, like I hard cut it off at 32.
Okay.
Because
he loses more than I do.
I'm already running enough like shocks and fetches, so it's like fabled passages, effects like that, to where it's deck thinning, whatever that means.
Hey man,
right?
deck thinning's real.
It is real when you're doing
especially when you're playing 28 basics. Or 28 lands. 28 lands. Right? Then the deck thinning actually works.
But like in cards like Wrath, right here, I want to be. There's a card called Walking Atlas, which is just tap put a land.
Yeah.
And when you're drawing a million cards a turn, then suddenly that becomes your ramp, right?
I understand.
So I'd want to be hitting my land drops and then hitting those extra land drops.
I mean, I'm not talking about like the edge cases, like
like if you're trying to cast big mana spells, which this deck is, I think you should be putting a little more lands in your deck.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is the truth.
No, I agree. What I'm saying though is that you lose more magic than I do. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
That's just because,
dude. That's not even a good way to judge if somebody's right or not. I'm just completely joking. No, what I'm going at though is that I start at such a low number because I hate that late game draw.
Yeah.
Of like, oh shit, there's another land. Like I genuinely despise that more than anything. You've played me in Standard. Yeah. I can't not draw lands.
And I do see the light fade from your face.
Yeah, every time it happens.
You hit a land.
It happens more each time I draw a card. It's crazy. But no, like, if in Standard I could play like 15 lands and get away with it, I would. But it doesn't work that way. Like, genuinely.
No, because he's just going to draw them anyway.
Because I'm not going to draw them now. Like, it's going to be like, oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry, that's too, nope, not enough. Imagine Bart Simpson in my clutches right now, you know? But it's just magic land draws.
Yeah,
but like, I genuinely think that lands are integral to the game,
Yes.
obviously, but they are not that good in the late game unless you're playing Landfall. Like, genuinely, honestly, you don't need them. You'd rather draw a Mana Rock a lot of the time, even into the oncoming Vandal Blast. Like, what I'm saying is that Mana Rocks are just better in Commander than lands on an average basis because of that acceleration that everybody has. So when I say 28 lands and everybody's like, oh, what the hell? I'm also playing like 10 Mana Rocks. You know, so I'm kind of somewhere around actually like 32. You know, like if you you know, squeeze it together. So my land count is so low because Commander's stupid. Okay, so how about we move on to another format like I was talking about it a second ago. Standard. The average is 20.
Construction.
The average card is a third of your deck, which is 20.
It's more like 22.
It is rose to 22 in the past 3 years because the numbers fight against it now.
Yeah.
But it was for the longest time just a third of your deck 20, right? It is risen because cards are getting more like mana hungry and you like really need to hit your land drops. I play 18 usually because I still flat out. You know this for a fact. I still flat out.
But you're still. It's just.
It's not even a superstition at this point. It's literally every time I sit down to play Standard, this happens. It's not even fucking funny.
God's favorite Magic format. Yeah.
I'm literally Judas, bro. He's like, oh, that sucks to be you, idiot. But no, like, when I sit down to play Standard, even though I have a new deck, it's mono black aggro. It's actually mono black card draw. Like, I'm still flooding out. Like, I still cannot catch a break. I'm drawing 20 cards a game and I can't catch a break, dude.
I run 25 in my. Before rotation, I had a Rakdos list.
I was running 25 lands,
You wanted to play 2 6-drops, and so you had to play 25, but it had a lot of card
and it didn't really hurt him
it.
that much from like my experience playing against him. He would flat out like 1 in every 6 games, but it wouldn't matter because you still had 6 drops to play.
Yeah.
So I think it worked. There is a genuine conversation to have with like, what is the normal land count to put in a deck? This is kind of like a tangent. But they're all wrong in any instance, right? That's the worst part about Magic and the best part about Magic, okay? It's like, oh, this is the best card. Actually, not in this case. You know, it's literally that discussion, right?
I think, like, the reason people are trying to have this conversation be a hard number
is for
newer players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you can't just give a newer player a hypergeometric calculator and tell them you should put exactly this many because you'll draw this on average.
And this factor. Instead, you can just give them the number 32, which, by the way, is probably the number I would give to a new player, right?
It's a third.
But I think it's wrong still. Like, I genuinely still think that number is wrong.
In general, it's wrong,
In general, 32 is not correct.
You're probably not, like, hurting yourself.
I'm also a sociopath, but no, I'm kidding. But
you're not hurting yourself with the 32, but what you are hurting yourself in is having a better deck by either going up or down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a sucker for low cost cards. I think that's genuinely my thing. Is I look at a 1-drop and I go,
ooh, yeah.
That was a good slurp noise. And I'm like, ooh, give me that. And it's like, I like this card a lot more if it just did less and cost less. You know what I mean? Like, they're always like, oh, we need to make cards bigger and better and better and bigger.
Nah, saw off 1 colorless mana and saw off 2 power and toughness.
And an ability. And give me the lifelink creature that when it attacks, you lose a life. I'm great. This is good. I don't actually like Ragavan that much.
He's cool.
I play him as a necessary evil.
He's a cool monkey.
Well, no, I don't like him that much because he's so pushed.
Yeah.
Right, if he just made the treasure and didn't exile the card, or exiled the card and didn't make the treasure, I think I'd like him more. Because then he's not as good. You know what I mean? Like, now
I think he's still good. But
no, he's still great, but he's not literally the best one-drop ever.
Yeah.
Actually, is he still the best one-drop ever? Yeah.
No, the best 1-drop ever.
Well, 1-drop creature. Sorry, 1-drop creature. let me clarify. Is he still the best 1-drop creature?
No, it's Thraben Inspector.
Absolutely. yes. Dude, Thraben Inspector dies to Monkey. It's crazy.
Yes, but it also kills Monkey.
Yeah, but then I reanimate my Monkey again. It's not even a bad play. But like, okay, Thraben Inspector. Yes. Sorry, cool. I'm really thinking about this right now. Hey, Cecil kills Monkey.
Cecil does.
Cecil kills Monkey. It's rock, paper, scissors, right?
Cecil's a 1-mana 2/3.
Yeah, Cecil's not the best 1-drop. Let me clarify.
No.
You have to play that card like it sucks for it to be good. People are playing that in Standard, and they're like, "Oh, let me just this is all eggs in this basket." That's really a bad basket. It's a terrible basket.
It's a 1-drop that you don't care about.
Nothing. No matter what happens to it, it's good. Right?
It's good.
And if you invest more into it, and then it gets removed, that's when the card sucks. It's when you're just like, okay, it's over there. It's going to attack 3 times and die, and that's great. I don't care. It's done its job.
Next,
we've got other older 60 card formats.
12 lands.
Dude, yeah. He's not even that far off.
I don't even, like, I've been watching, like, Thraben Yu. I've been watching some, I don't know if he's Russian, I'm sorry, but he's a Pauper guy.
Yeah.
His videos are really good.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to play Pauper because of him.
Sure, absolutely. But, like, in those older formats, you can get away with a lot of weird fucking numbers.
Yeah.
Like, there was this old deck that played 30 lands in it. I think it was, like, it was a combo deck. It was really stupid. You just really, really wanted 3 lands in a game. And if you didn't, you'd lose. But genuinely, that's an outlier. The average is that it's below 20. The average is like 19, 18, sometimes even 14 lands in a constructed deck in these older formats.
Especially,
and then you get to vintage, and it's like 10. It's like 8, all right? Some decks. But
especially with the 1-mana land cyclers like that they printed in Lord of the Rings, those things are just crap.
Absolutely, especially in those older formats.
Because you just cut 4 lands.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's also the decks that play 0 mana producing lands, like Manaless Dredge, which technically, if you're counting lands that produce mana, 0.
Yeah.
It has 0 in it. Some lists, right? It's called Manaless Dredge for a reason. It's still playing 4 lands, but those are Bazaar of Baghdad. that is not a land. That's a spell. All right, like it doesn't like it still gets wastelanded, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's not technically a land.
Or like what is it, Goblin Charbelcher, where all the lands are MDFCs?
They're all MDFCs except for the 1 or 2 mountains that they're playing in their list. 2, because you have to have at least 1 mountain in your deck to win.
Okay.
Like those old formats, we literally can't give you a number. But most people, when they're talking about this dilemma, are talking about Commander, and they're all somehow wrong. They could be right in some cases, and actually, any number you give could be correct in some cases.
It could be.
You could say 99 is the number in a deck, and you could be right because it's a 99 land deck that wins somehow.
Now, are you only running basics?
In what?
In any Commander deck.
In any Commander deck?
Any Commander deck. You better not be. You better not be
in my
only
Blood
running...
Moon tribal Commander deck. See, this is that exactly is the problem with this dilemma, is that people are like, yep, here's this.
Here's my back to basics Blood Moon tribal deck.
Or and then I have the spreading seas. I have the blue merfolk, literal blue moon. I have Magus of the Moon. I have the 5 mana land hate ones. I'm actually in Grixis so that I can play what is it, the Contagion? No, it's not Contagion. It's the Black Blood Moon, basically, that makes them all produce black mana, right? But yeah, genuinely, the real dilemma is just fucking figuring it out yourself, dude. Dude, legitness? Figure it out yourself, dude.
I think that people should, on average, be running more basics, unless you're playing CDH.
Let's talk about our favorite format. Canadian Highlander. So the average deck is actually playing somewhere around 30 lands. Actually somewhere around 30 in there. Because the curve is so fucking low.
It's...
5 drops are too expensive in that format, unless they have other things they do.
Yeah, like I do play, like Gruul Monsters plays 5 drops, but that's because you've got the Moxen, the Dorks, you have
elves. Oh, you also have a lot of elves. Oh, and you have a couple more elves too.
And a bird.
There's a bird in there. But it's basically an elf.
30 lands in Canadian Highlander
sometimes
feels good. Like sometimes it is too many. Oh my god, aren't you playing like 25 in your Black Deck wins?
Absolutely. I think I played 24, not including like the Mox, the Soul Ring, and everything are like part of my land count.
And it's crazy playing 25 lands in a 100 card deck.
And then you flood out.
Without the free mulligan as well, which is kind of crazy.
Dude, I flooded out of that game that we played on camera in my 25 land 100 card singleton deck. But like, at least they were Rob Alexander. Or no, they weren't. They were... Fuck. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It does. It's a stupid dilemma, in my opinion, because there is no correct answer. And everybody thinks differently, and some of them are correct.
And
some of them.
In Canadian Highlander, if you want to be respectful to the Blue Moon matchup, you have to make at least a couple of them be basics.
Because like, if there wasn't any land hate, which I'm glad there is, land hate is integral to a format.
It's so much fun, too.
Yeah, because you have to think about so much. So Ian and I have an ongoing like debate about sideboards, right?
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe that this format is so good because it has no backup.
Canadian Highlander doesn't need it.
It's not that it doesn't need it. It's that it actually is good that it doesn't have one, because that means your meta is dependent on what people play. And with a format so large, with so many variants, that is so old and you can do anything in, that means that all the variables take place inside of a deck being built. and every single archetype shows up. It's not like the best deck is always this one deck.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just whoever, like, the pilot's important, the kind of deck is important, like, is it an aggro deck,
Yeah.
is it a control deck, and then, like, the draw, the luck of the draw is the most important thing.
It's not even that, it's kind of like the dice roll, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of the dice roll at the beginning
Also,
of the game, but you can still win. Like, it's not dependent on that.
For Canadian Highlander, my sideboard would be 15 basic lands just for the Bloodman.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. Is that, would you agree with me that this format wouldn't be as fun if it genuinely had a sideboard?
Yeah, it
like,
would not be
even
as
if it was a 5-card sideboard, it would still be a worse game. Because then
like,
you're...
what's the point of a 5-card sideboard?
What's the point of a 15-card sideboard in this
And you're
format?
a 100-card deck, exactly.
Because
like,
the reason it's so fun is the variance, right? Sorry, this is a brief tangent. Let's cut it off here. The whole point of land count and the discussion is based around this idea of, one, new players, obviously, and also, like, being correct. Like, people want to have this correct number that is just always the best. I think it's 30.
You know what the correct number is?
I mean, it's 32 technically, right?
Whatever your deck needs. That's the correct number.
Banger. I still would like to say my point, though. No.
I don't care.
No, I think that the correct number is actually, people don't think about that free mulligan enough. To me personally, I think that free mulligan...
People are scared of the mulligan,
Mulligan more. Mulligan more, people. It feels great when you get the right hand. And you're not sitting there going, it's mid as hell.
If your hand is literally just mid, take a mulligan.
Yeah, you
your
have
first
a free
one's
one.
free.
And then if the next one sucks, that's variance, baby.
That's variance. Maybe go to 6 if it's that bad, but you shouldn't feel
second
bad.
seven's always better, right?
Yeah,
but that's not true. But like, I genuinely think people do not think about that enough. And also, this game, oh my god, it's all about luck. Every single thing is about luck. There is not a thing you can do in this game to get rid of that luck aspect. Not a single thing.
Sometimes it's not even luck. It's sometimes cards you don't even think about.
Yeah, sure.
Coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, or cards you put in your deck for one purpose that then have another one in the end. And anyway, let me end this on a tangent about that luck thing, right? Stop asking people how many fucking lands they're playing when they flood out. Okay? As somebody who floods out a lot.
Yeah.
Let me run through this with you, what you are doing by asking that. Fucking nothing useful, okay? It didn't matter if I was playing the correct land number. It doesn't matter if I was playing the wrong land number. It doesn't matter if my deck had every other card in my deck be lands. I didn't draw them, okay?
Sometimes it just happens.
Sometimes, no, literally it doesn't matter what you do, you will flood out, okay? There isn't a single thing you can do with your deck to stop that from happening, and
nope, cut all lands.
Never flooded. I'll never flood. I never flooded. And then I somehow do, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
I didn't put these.
Like, genuinely, every little instance, somebody will want to change their deck, right? This has happened with you, like, talking to me before about deck building, where I didn't draw enough lands in a deck, and you're like, you should add one to your deck. And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. It's just my opinion, by the way.
No, I think, like, you should test your deck a couple of times.
Absolutely.
And then tweak it. Like, don't tweak it every time you play. Tweak it after you play it 2 or 3 times. Like that. That way you can, even if you have a really bad game, you might have a really good game.
That literally doesn't matter.
I know.
No, that's what I'm saying.
To the tweaking.
Yeah, no, for the tweaking.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm saying is like, we need to stop saying tweaking. But no, like, the actual genuine thing about these decks, that it doesn't matter. It could still suck. Your land count literally has zero effect on the luck aspect of this game unless you're running like 50 lands. And then your quotient is crazy, right? Then you will draw a land in your opening hand. Actually, that's not even confirmed. But like, still, fucking stop asking people that. You're not helping them. Unless they're a newer player, then it's okay to ask. But like, if you're up against somebody who you can tell knows how the game works, that's like telling somebody they look tired.
If they...
like, it's like, thanks, I feel like shit and now I know I look like shit. Thanks, dude. Okay, that's been the discussion. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for listening to Lewis's rants.
And our great opinions and looking at our terrible mustaches.
Yes.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Love ya. Later.